Hey, what's goody? So today I'm bringing y'all my top 5 primary weapons video. I'm just going to say there's not a particular order for any of these weapons, and I also included a few honorable mentions, but yeah, let's just get straight into it. So for the first weapon, I have the Nataruk, and the reason this is in my top 5 is because of its insane damage capabilities, and also it just looks super cool. What's also cool about the Nataruk is that it has some sort of like little mini game where you have to charge the bow in a small area to get its full effects. So normally shooting it, it's just like a normal bow and arrow, but when you hit the perfect zone, it'll increase its damage and all that, and it'll also shoot through multiple enemies. That's why it's just so good against like long lanes of enemies, and it just shreds things. When testing this weapon, it doesn't really seem that good, but when we run the galvanized mods and fully build up its stacks, you'll start to see its true power. So for the build on the Nataruk, I actually have 2 of them, but I just use this one a lot more. This one has a lot of crit and the 2 galvanized mods, slash, and just a lot of damage built. My second one is basically the same, just with a little less crit, but I also have one more galvanized mod, and I have viral built. I run this first one primarily just because I like all the slash procs, but it's just up to you. And if you guys are curious about how to actually get the Nataruk, all you have to do is finish the newer questline, and it'll just spawn in your inventory with the Orc and Catalyst already installed. Next up, I have the Phenmor, and this weapon is just crazy in my opinion. This weapon just shreds through anything and has a crazy fire rate. The way this weapon works is, in its base form, it just shoots in a semi-firing mode, but when we get headshots and fill its bar up, once we press middle mouse, it'll go into its evolved form and will start to fire in full auto. And as you can see, it literally shreds anything. And for the build, I just have heat and viral built, and with hunter munitions, it'll literally just kill anything that isn't automatically dead. Also, a cool thing with the Zerman weapons are that they have these little evolutions that you can gain when you do these little challenges for them. So this is what I have chosen. They don't really benefit too much, but it's still really nice. It's a cool little thing to have. To get the Phenmor blueprint, you have to unlock Cavallero, which is on the Zeraman planet. To unlock that, you have to finish the newer questline, but other than that, it's not too hard to get. And for the third weapon, I have the Bubonico. The Bubonico is cool. It's like a little shotgun, and it's an infested shotgun. What's cool about it is it kind of just goes around your arm, but there's 2 alternate fire modes. Well, 2 firing modes. The one is just the middle mouse, and it shoots out like a ton of like explosions, which also applies status, which make it easier for the normal firing mode to just actually do its damage. So if we just do this, you see how much damage it does, and it's a shotgun, so it has a lot of procs. What also makes the Bubonico good is that it has infinite ammo basically, and it has a battery type of magazine, so you don't really have to worry about running out of ammo, and it's just super good in my opinion. For the build, we just have like normal shotgun mods, some multi-shot, and have corrosive built. We have this galvanized mod for more multi-shot and vigilante for more multi-shot, and I have the primary merciless on just for more damage, but it's not really needed. But yeah. And for like lower level stuff, you can just press like the middle mouse and just like clear rooms with it, and it should be enough. That's just why it's just super fun, and I have it in my top 5. In order to get the Bubonico, you have to join a clan and go to the lab. Once you research the blueprint, you just craft it, and that's how you get it. I also have the Cedo as my top 5. It's almost the same as the Bubonico, but this one just uses ammo, and it has a lot more in the mag capacity. It kind of does the same thing by shooting with the middle mouse. It'll apply a lot of status. This one applies, however, a lot more, and a kind of a bigger AoE. So if we just shoot that one more time, and we just shoot them once, it's going to literally destroy them. See? This just helps clear rooms and high level enemies, and that's why I have it in my top 5. For the build, it's just like a lot of status and damage. I have corrosive built, and the whole thing with this weapon is just middle mousing and also just shooting them. To get the Cedo's blueprint and its components, you're going to have to level up the Father pretty high on the Heart of Deimos. But what's cool about this weapon is you can actually trade it, and on the market, it's not too expensive. And so lastly, I have the Acceltra, or the Acceltra. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly, but yeah, this will be my last weapon. And what's cool about this weapon is it's just like an auto rifle, but it shoots like a AoE at the end, like right here. and it does a pretty good amount of damage. So like if I just kind of like direct contact, like it does a lot. And you can just imagine in like a big crowd of enemies, like this will kind of just destroy everything. And one bad thing about this weapon I'd have to say is its ammo. Literally just 2 clips. If I just shoot 2 clips, I'll literally just kind of be out already. So I do recommend running like a ammunition mod, but other than that, it's like just super good for clearing rooms and stuff. And for the build, I have one galvanized mod and just like normal regular damage mods with hunter munitions, because the slash is really good on this weapon. For the serration, you could just run something else if you want, because if you have the arcane adapter for the primary, you can just put like primary merciless in it and just like have a lot more damage that way. Also, if you want to run the Exless mod, I would definitely run like some sort of like ammo mutation mod, so you can get like a lot more ammo and not have to worry about it. To get the Acceltra, you have to do the mission on Uranus, and just kind of, it's a disruption mission. So once all like the demolishers come in, you're just gonna shoot them and kill them and just pray. You gotta do it a few times and you'll get it. It's not too hard to get. And for the honorable mentions, I have the Tenet Arca Plasmor. This gun is just super good and I just love it. What's cool about this is it has a lot more puncture. I think infinite actually. Or it can go through like any enemies, and it can also like bounce off walls and stuff. But what's cool about this and what makes it so strong is if like mag does her pull. Oh, that's the wrong ability. Sorry. It'll just instantly kill everything. And so if you combo it with mag prime or mag, it just does a lot. And when you build up the galvanized mods, it'll also just do a lot. And it just clears like really long lanes full of enemies. And for the build, I'm kind of testing the gun out still, but I have the primary merciless on because it just provides a lot more damage, and it allows me to run the shotgun barrage because the fire rate without it, and since we have critical deceleration, it just doesn't, it feels kind of clunky, so that's why I put shotgun barrage on. If you don't want that though, you could just put like any like Bane of Corpus mod, but that's like considering if you do have the primary merciless. And since this is a Tenet weapon, it's gonna come with a like base element, so I recommend running Toxin or Heat. It's just up to you what you want and how you want your build to go, but yeah, that's what I run. Toxin. To get the Tenet Arca Plasmor, you have to get a Sister of Pravos that has it and vanquish it at the end. And if you want Toxin or like any element that you choose, here's a little picture of who you want to start the mission on to get the sister that you want. And for the last weapon, I have the Amprex, and this one's just going to be a top personal favorite of mine. The reason I like this gun is just because it's really fun to use, and I think it's just my most used. It probably isn't the best gun in the game, or probably close to that, but it's just super fun for me, and it's just like a cool little gun. It has like a chain lightning effect, so like it'll hit multiple targets. And also for like low level missions and stuff, I mean, they don't have to be low, it just, anything like lower than this, it will literally just shred anything. For my build, I do have a Riven, but you can replace it with like anything you really want. Like Hunter Munitions is pretty good, or just like any other mod you'd like. But this is what I have on my Riven, just so you guys know. But another build would be this Hunter Munitions build. But I also have the Riven in this one, but you can also just use a different mod. The Corpus Radiation is just the same. And so that's just gonna wrap it up for my top 5. I hope you all enjoyed, and peace.